Hey guys, J.A. Graves, physical therapist, strength coach here on another exciting Mobility Monday. Today we're going to talk about another way in which you can improve your hip mobility using hips flexed, hips rocking. All right guys, like I mentioned, today we are going to talk about ways in which you can improve your hip mobility. This specific exercise we call hips flexed, hip rocking. Okay, now this is going to open up your hips in all the different planes of motion that your hip moves in. So the sagittal plane, which is front and back movement, the frontal plane, which is side to side movement, and even a little bit in the transverse plane, which is rotational movement. Okay, so this is similar to an exercise that I showed a couple Mondays ago where you were standing up and stretching the posterior capsule of the hip. If you haven't checked that one out, please go check it out. But this is similar to that, just a little bit different. Again, it's a great warm-up for squatting or any lower body exercise. Great to do if you're just feeling some general stiffness in your hips. Now I want to give a little bit of information here regarding hip pain. So if you have pain on the front of your hip, specifically if you're doing this exercise, stop, try something different. This is not one of those exercises where you want to push through the pain. You should probably see somebody if you're having pain with this. Otherwise, it should be a pretty comfortable exercise and should open up your hips quite a bit. Okay, so the way you're going to set up, I'll show you a couple different views here. I've got a pad here just to make sure my knees aren't worn down so quickly here, but you're going to be down on one knee with your other leg straight behind you. Okay, now if you look from the side, you'll notice that my leg is a little above 90 degrees. So here's 90, you're going to be a little bit above 90 degrees just like that. Now the exercise itself involves, in this position, just rocking your, shifting your weight side to side. So you're going to the left, to the right, the left, to the right, okay? Now if you view from the front, left, right, left. Okay, now if you want to try to get a little bit more out of this exercise, you can think about pushing your knee through the floor, and that should increase the stretch in the back of your hip back here. Okay. Another important thing to consider with this exercise is the position of your spine. So when you're rocking side to side, you don't want to have your back overly arched and you don't want to be overly flexed. You want to be somewhere in the middle. So to get that, you can do a little bit of a brace, just kind of sniff, or think about tightening up your tummy just a little bit. Again, we're just rocking side to side here. Okay? So give this one a try if you're feeling any tightness in the hips, or if you want to add a new exercise to your warm-up before a lower body training day. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday.